All right. Now that you have the EQ down, so you kind of have an idea of what's coming, we're going to do some things just on screen. One of the things that Avid teaches educators and utilizes with adult learners as well is visual celebrations, not only to increase engagement, but to build relational capacity and just get learners excited and engaged in what they're doing. And to, give some positive feedback to students who are taking a risk by responding and sharing their thoughts. So all of us, the whole Avid department, we're gonna show you some examples of some of these celebrations. They are endless and they're open to creativity. So one of the things I'm going to do is give everybody on this call today some sprinkles, because sprinkles make everything a little better, and you guys made the earliest session. So I'm going to give you sprinkles. So we're all sprinkles, okay? This is not just for elementary school teachers and learners. Middle school teachers, high school teachers, trust us on this one. You start doing these celebrations for your students, their demeanor may signal to you that they think you're being silly or ridiculous and that they don't like it. Inside, trust us, they love this kind of stuff. So ham it up, be silly. The sillier you might feel about doing some of these things, the better the students are going to respond. So I'm giving you all sprinkles for giving this a shot. Christine, share one of your favorites with us.
I learned this summer at the Avid XP summer training, and this is the Clam Clap. And so you put your hands really close to the camera, and it's the Clam Clap. So can everybody try that with me? It's the Clam Clap. Yay! All right.
Michelle Thompson-Lloyd, share one of your favorites with us.
Personally, I also like the Clam Clap was my favorite, but I also sang the shark song, and that didn't go over real big. But okay, so this I think is adorable. So I don't know if you can hear, but I'm snapping my fingers around my sparkler, my firecracker.
Sparkler, yeah.
Okay. Feel free to also make up others.
Okay. We also have the golf clap. The possibilities are endless.
Oh, Pink Floyd when
So when I play that song the first time, my kids just sat there for a minute, and then one kid said, "Why is she playing that?" And another kid said, "Because we won't turn on our cameras or talk." And poof, everybody lit up right there.
Well, part of the purpose of all of this is to get students to engage more with their cameras on when they're asked to do so by their teacher. We know that in a lot of circumstances, it's not necessarily a requirement or needed, but there are other circumstances where seeing each other is really imperative to collaboration in a lesson. And so, yeah, all of these things are designed to get students more comfortable with showing themselves and getting to know each other on camera. Here's your first challenge. So you've already had a very brief writing task. Here's your first challenge, and it's going to be a timed challenge. I'm going to set my timer for 45 seconds. Each of you come up with a celebration, something visual that you can name and share with your students, and be prepared to share that with the whole group. All right, so be creative. Come up with anything you want. Your 45 seconds starts right now. 20 seconds remaining. 20 seconds. All right, time's up, everybody. So all the people, everybody simultaneously, cameras on, and share your visual celebration. All right. Thank you very much for your participation. Thank you for indulging us with that. Do it with your students. Do it with your students. Challenge them. Celebrate each other's responses and willingness to participate. AVID would refer to students who are willing to share their ideas and thoughts, academic risk takers. So let's encourage all of our students daily to be academic risk takers and value their thoughts and responses. Okay, if you are enjoying a morning beverage in a specific cup or mug that you love, show it. Show it. Let's see what everybody's drinking from this morning. I have my Ruth Bader Ginsburg mug. She was a pioneer for gender equality. Seeing lots of interesting things. Awesome. That's another just quick thing to draw kids into whatever's happening next. A quick show and tell. It can be anything. Be creative with stuff like that too. Okay, I am going to go ahead and move on to the next task. We are going to do a timed writing. So low tech, pen or pencil and paper ready. One common timed writing is referred to as a quick write. Quick writes really should be quick. 4 minutes for a quick write, too long. Sometimes even 3 minutes for a quick write, too long. The point is to get students to truly focus on whatever a prompt is asking them to think about and get everything down on paper that they can think of in response to that prompt. We're going to give you a prompt. You guys are going to do a quick write right now, and it's going to be 70 seconds. A 70-second quick write, and Christine is putting the prompt in the chat. So you should see it in your chat from Christine Ragsdale. The timed writing prompt is: describe how remote learning has positively and or negatively impacted the quality of my instruction. So you're reflecting on your own practices. Describe how remote learning has positively and or negatively impacted the quality of my instruction. I'm setting the timer for 70 seconds. Go. 10 seconds remaining, so try to complete your current thought. All right, time's up. So writing utensils down. All right. I'm going to share with you a strategy for getting students to respond that takes away the sometimes non-response of asking for volunteers, but then also takes away the idea that a teacher is picking on any particular students or calling on the same students repeatedly, unknowingly or unknowingly dismissing other students. I want some of you to be academic risk takers. So randomly, some of you are going to be asked to share the content of your quick write. And here's how we're going to do it. If you are wearing glasses today, keep your cameras on. If you're not wearing glasses right now, turn your cameras off. So non-eyeglasses wearers, turn your cameras off. Glasses wearers, keep your cameras on. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Now, I am going to ask, here's another interesting thing about being in a meet like this. We may not always be viewing the same people. My grid might be showing different faces than your grid is showing. But what I'm going to do right now, I'm looking at a series of people wearing eyeglasses, and the person with the shortest hair is going to be asked to share the content of their quick write. That happens to be an educator named Christine Dickey. Christine, would you be willing to be a risk taker and share the content of your quick write?
You betcha.
Awesome, go for it.
I wrote, remote learning has upped my creative brain and forced me to find new ways to connect to students and curriculum rollout.
Thank you for being a risk taker and sharing your response. I appreciate that. Everybody, whether your camera's on or not, use your visual celebration. Let's celebrate Christine. I'm giving you sprinkles. Awesome. Okay, now I'm still looking at a screen with people with eyeglasses. Now I'm going to pick somebody whose hair is not up, but it's down. And that person happens to be, and I apologize if I mispronounce a name, Jana O.
Jana Ostrey, yes.
Awesome, awesome. Would you be willing to share the content of your quick write?
Absolutely.
Go for it.
I said it's enabled me to be more creative and efficient. I've created different lessons that I have in the past. I've had to lean on others more and ask for help. And most importantly, I've learned to say no.
Ah, really good lesson. Perhaps many of us can share in that. Thank you for being a risk taker and being willing to share your thoughts. I'm going to give you some sprinkles. All right, awesome, you guys. Check your mics again. Let's do all mics off, but let's do all cameras back on. So all cameras back on. Okay, we are going to move on to something called Answer Garden. I'm going to show you where you can acquire some learning about how to use this feature, this digital tool. And so Christine Ragsdale, I need you to put the link in the chat. So you guys, before you click this link, just know that as we go on, this is going to be the first time you're going to move to a different tab to complete a task. But as we go on, you're going to end up with a few different tabs open. And I'll try to do my best to instruct you when to come back to the Meet tab, so we're together again. But you do see a link in the chat from Christine Ragsdale, and it says answergarden.ch. Go ahead and click that link. You should jump to a different tab. And what you should see, I'm going to go ahead and hit refresh on mine just in case. What you should see is a prompt that asks, what word comes to mind when you think college readiness? Go ahead and type your response, click submit, and let's see what happens. So I'm going to share with you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the screen populate with your responses. I'm seeing words like metacogmotivate, self-motivated, risk taker, prepared, studious, learning, academics, confidence. If you guys aren't all seeing those responses, hit the little circle in the top left, the reload or refresh circle, and it should refresh for you, and then you should be able to see the words populating on your screen. I'm seeing discipline, expanded, learning, technology, prepared, perseverance, determination, critical thinking, adaptability. There's a good one. Success. Perfect. Okay, everybody, if you would just leave that tab, come back to our Meet. Answer Garden is a low prep, quick assessment tool that can serve lots of different purposes. I'm going to jump over now to an Avid site that I want to share with you to show you where you can find other similar tools just like that one. And then we're going to do some more tasks, do some more learning. So I am going to share my screen at this point. And Christine, I'm going to depend on you to tell me if my screen is sharing appropriately. And what I'm wanting everybody to see is Avid Open Access.
Yes, you're there.
Awesome. Okay. Guys, another little tool I found in the top right-hand corner of where extensions are listed. I found a little extension called Page Marker, so that when you're on a website showing students things, you can do some marking of the text with this page marker. It's specific to websites. So anyway, there's just another little quick, easy trick. All right, what I'm sharing with you right now is a brand new website that Avid has put together in order to assemble quick and easy to implement strategies specific to digital teaching and learning, which is exactly what we're all doing right now. So the web address, this is something you will probably want to put down in your notes, and then at a later time you can try this and bookmark it. It is simply avidopenaccess.org. What I'm going to do really quickly is show you where I found. I'm going to go ahead and scroll to empower students with digital. Well, this might be the wrong. I might have clicked on the wrong thing. Yes, I did. That's okay. Digital tools and templates. Okay, so this website is organized into a series of learning modules. So I'm going to open this one called Digital Templates and just show you really quick. No, I did not navigate that correctly at all. I'm going to go back. I think I just want to stay here. Yes. So you can see this series of recommended digital tools from Mindomo to Bitmoji to Bitly. Here's Flippity, Twitter, Read Aloud. And then each, of course, has a brief description of the purpose of the tool. So I was perusing this recently, and this is where I found Answer Garden. Let me let this open. There's Edpuzzle, Google Drawings. I've never used that. All kinds of things, some of which might be familiar to you already, other things that might be brand new. So Answer Garden caught my attention because I just wanted to gather responses quickly from the learners. And so reading instantaneously create word clouds by gathering student feedback sounded perfect. So once I click on this, it took me here. There's a brief video right here, and then a tip sheet to download. If you click on this download tip sheet button, what you end up finding for all of these tools is a one-pager that Avid has put together describing all the classroom uses for a specific tool, features specific to the site, links to the site, and then other websites that could be helpful in terms of learning how to use that digital tool. And so that's how I found Answer Garden, and watching the video and just giving it a try. It truly is a low prep digital tool, but that can truly be high yield in terms of student engagement. Go ahead and stay on this screen, but Christine Ragsdale, I know that you have a lot of recommendations and ideas for all kinds of different ways to use Answer Garden. So what we did today was kind of just a quick, respond to the prompt. It could be used as a way to brainstorm ideas. What else, Christine?
It could be review for a quiz. It could be like an exit ticket, used as an exit ticket, or a bell ringer, something like that.
Absolutely. All kinds of stuff. And this tool is simple, you guys, and quick. So low prep, high yield. I definitely recommend it when you want to draw brief responses for students. Okay, I am going to go back home in terms of Avid Open Access. So I'm back to the home page of this website, and I am going to scroll down to this section and focus on virtual teaching here, and then click on this first link that says Teaching in a Tech-Empowered Classroom. Here's another list of modules that really, I think the best use for them is just some self-guided professional development. But exploring these could also be utilized in collaborative groups like PLCs. And so that's another great way to explore these resources. I'm jumping to this one. We're going to do some work inside this module called Shift to Online Discussions. Powerful, but different. I'm going to click this. So now we've entered this module for some self-guided instruction and learning. And I'm going to ask Christine Ragsdale to read aloud for the group this first paragraph.
Explore 4 steps for developing successful online discussions. Online discussion threads are a powerful and versatile engagement platform. They are widely used during remote learning and can give students a space to both express themselves and collaborate virtually. However, for some students and teachers, online discussions will be a new experience. Consider the key differences when making a transition to online discussions.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm just going to underline this key phrase right here, engagement platform. And I am going to underline this key phrase here, both express themselves, referring to the students, and collaborate virtually. Okay, so this is one of the key terms for today, and this is one of the key terms for today. All right. What this does here is differentiate between face-to-face discussions and online discussions. And then as I scroll through this content, what you'll notice down here is this text is divided into 4 different sections. Section 1 right here in purple says design prompts and directions. And then there's some reading. Right here, section 2 is teach and practice skills. And then there's some reading. Number 3, conduct the discussion, etc. There's some reading. So this is divided into 4 different sections. All right, let's see. Before we go back to the meat, let me go ahead and share this. You might need to jot this down real quickly, everybody. This slide has some instructions for our next task, which is going to be a timed reading and note-taking. Here's how you're divided. Elementary school teachers, you're going to read the text connected to within section 1, design prompts and directions. Middle school teachers, you're going to read section 2, teach and practice skills. High school teachers, you're going to read section 3, conduct the discussion. Avid department, we are reading section 4, facilitate feedback and reflection. So the instructions are read your assigned section independently and write down 2 important points to potentially share with the group. So, teachers, if you please will come back to the meeting. Christine is going to put the link to Avid Open Access, to that Avid Open Access page in the chat. So you yourselves will go to that page where that module is on online discussions. You're going to do an independent reading based on your level, according to that slide we just saw. I can share that slide again if it's necessary. We're going to give you about a good 3 to 4 minutes or so to read independently your assigned section and jot a couple of notes down. And yes, I have a request to put the instructions up again, so I will absolutely do that right now. There it is. So use the link in the chat to get to that module. It'll open a new tab for you. And then I'll keep these instructions up in the Meet for a few minutes. I'm going to set a timer right now for 3 minutes, everybody. And then we'll do a check-in after 3 minutes and see if anybody needs more time. Go ahead.
Hey, Tony, you might not know this, but your mic's on.
I'm so sorry. I don't know how that happened.
Not a problem. I just figured somebody should say something. You know, it's like, well, he probably doesn't know it's on.
Okay, everybody, if you would, please come back to the meet. I'm going to stop sharing at this point so I can see all my learners. I'm just looking at the clock, and in the interest of time, we're going to push through this to move on to the next couple things I want to share with you. This is an example, though, of whole group collaboration after an independent timed reading. You could ask for verbal responses based on the points the students jotted down, or you can ask for quick responses in the chat. Either one of those things would be appropriate after an independent reading. So we're going to push through this instead of having you guys share. And I'm not going to share my screen again. I'm going to let you guys go straight to a Padlet. So another tab is going to open. Christine's going to put the link in the chat right now. So go ahead and click on that link to go to the Padlet. If something's not working correctly or you're a little lost or uncertain, I want you to feel comfortable unmuting and just asking. But go ahead and click on that link. So you should be seeing a Padlet that's kind of an aqua, green, and yellow color. And it says October 7th TLN Summit on the top. All right. Padlet is another tool that's simple to learn, and this is one of the features on the Avid Open Access site that we were just showing you guys. So if you're interested in building a Padlet so that students can collaborate with each other and share responses and you can assess their knowledge, go to Avid Open Access and give this a try, because it'll provide instructions for how to do it. So what you should be seeing is 5 columns labeled writing, inquiry, collaboration, organization, and reading. So during the course of this session, we have facilitated lots of little strategies, shown digital tools, modeled some things that would fall within one of those categories. Think about some of the things we've done today as a group. Click on the plus sign. Go ahead and post a response of a strategy that we've used today. Awesome. So I am seeing responses. I'm seeing quick write, low-tech notes, sharing the coffee mugs, read aloud. Awesome. Keep going. See if you guys can think of more things. Celebrations. We sure did a jigsaw. We kind of cut that one short, but we did do a jigsaw. Yes, I shared the marker extension. Answer garden to gather responses. Yep, we did a timed independent reading. Perfect. You guys are awesome. I'm loving the responses I'm seeing in the Padlet. Awesome. All right, now if you would, let's switch tabs again. Please come back to the Meet. All right, welcome back everybody. Okay, cool. So we've done lots of things today that Avid would advocate for and promote as low prep tools to engage learners. These are agnostic of content. It's for all contents in terms of learning. So what we're going to do now is wrap it up. Refer back to your essential question. Reread your essential question, but here's your final challenge. You are going to summarize, but the challenge is you have to summarize using only 7 words. So this is a 7-word summary, and exactly 7 words. Not 5, not 8. 7-word summary about today's session. Use your essential question to kind of guide your thinking, and type your 7-word summary, which does need to be a sentence, by the way. 7-word summary in the chat. Take some time to think about it. It is not as easy as you would think. 7-word summary in the chat. Let the essential question guide your thinking. Distance learning can be collaborative and engaging. Perfect. Remote learning is great for student collaboration. Low-tech tools can help me teach. Low prep tools are teachers' best friends. You guys are awesome. Listen, we ask students to summarize all the time. It's a critical skill. Challenge them to summarize using only 7 words. in a complete sentence. You guys, I've had a blast today. I thank you very much for rising so early and coming to this session. If ever you need to reach any of us because you have a question, whether you're in Avid School or not, feel free to send us an email. I'm going to ask that Christine and Michelle and I all put our email addresses in the chat. That's the best way to reach us, particularly now. Have a wonderful rest of the day, you guys. And don't forget, we were asked to remind participants to use the bit.ly to complete the feedback form. We were told you guys would know what that means. Use the bit.ly to complete the feedback form. All right, you guys are great. Thank you. I'm going to give you all sprinkles. Have an awesome rest of the day.
Bye, you guys.
Thank you for some of the low-tech tools that I can share with my struggling teachers. I'm a tech geek, so it's like, okay, but I have teachers that don't have a clue. And I was talking to my kids yesterday, mindset kind of thing, and asking them what our world challenge is, what our personal challenge is, what our school challenge is. And of course, they know coronavirus and they know online learning.